Hi, welcome to Jen's Daily Dish, where I bake things for the very first time on camera so that you can bake with me and learn from my mistakes because I have zero baking experience. So join me on this adventure. Today we're making an easy bagel recipe. I know what you're thinking. I'm thinking the same thing too. How can making bagels be easy? Well, this recipe has literally 4 ingredients and you can top it with whatever you want. It also has made bagels healthy, meaning you could use gluten-free flour. I'm using whole wheat. You could use regular all-purpose. It also has yogurt in it. Yeah, I have my doubts too, but we're going to try it out and see how it is. Because ultimately, if it works out well, this will be an easy bagel recipe that is also nutritious. I'm also making it because I have no words, because there is no yeast in these bagels. And we'll see if we can tell, or if they're so good, we do not even care. Yeah, we'll find out for sure. First things first, preheat your oven to 375 degrees and get your top rack and your oven ready to go. Add your flour. Baking powder, remember no yeast, salt, mix together. Add in your yogurt. Mix until well combined. Well flour your surface. We're gonna knead this quote unquote dough a few times. You wanna get it to the point where it's not sticky, and it's not really so sticky actually. Let's get a little more flour on it if you need it. Take your dough ball and divide this into 4 pieces. It doesn't have to be exact, but I'm gonna try to even them out a bit. You have a choice now. You can make a ball. You can poke a hole in it, like that, and stretch it into your bagel. Your other option is to roll your dough out into a log and then combine your ends, which actually makes for a nicer looking, more cohesive bagel. So maybe I'll do that. All right, go ahead and put your egg wash on your bagels. Okay, add your topping, whatever you want. This is some everything seasoning. It does not say to put the egg wash on the other side, but it's the only way that the topping is going to stick. Okay, move to your baking sheet with your parchment paper that has lots of nonstick spray on it. They certainly look like bagels. Into the oven they go for 25 minutes or so. They should be a nice golden brown. Go to your top rack. Time's up. They look like bagels. Let them cool. I'm gonna go ahead and move them over here. Probably not so wise using bare hands. Don't do that. Let them cool for 15 minutes and then we get to try them. It looks like a bagel. It smells like a bagel. Will it taste like a bagel? First, admire how lovely it looks. I cut off a little bagel bite so that you could see the interior of it really clearly. And it definitely cooked all the way through. It looks really good. It does have a firm crust, which I'm really kind of surprised by. Now, without that yeast in here and that rising time that bagels typically get, it's not going to have that gluten-y, stretchy pull that bagels typically have. But it could still be very good. Let's taste it. You taste the interior just by itself. It tastes a lot of the bagel seasoning, which is great because that's really what you want to taste in a bagel. They definitely don't have the chewiness of your typical bagel, but heck, these are very high in protein. Got whole wheat flour in them, and they've got that yogurt in them. So, do I miss it in comparison to a regular bagel? I think of this like a substitute bagel. It is not a replacement bagel. It is a substitute. So it's not exactly like a bagel, but it's close. And you can substitute it in when you don't have time and you want to make something a little bit more nutritious. If I can make these easy bagels for the very first time with you watching me every step of the way, you can too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, keep sending those recipe requests. Thanks for this one. And check me out on Instagram.